Leon, thanks for joining us here on the Fan Podcast 4 Lads. How are you feeling ahead of Sunday's big game?
Good. I'm still defrosting from a training session outside. It was quite cold today. No, but I'm feeling good.
And how's the preparations been? As the international break has obviously given you time on the training field with the manager. Has that been beneficial for you?
I think for the whole squad, definitely, because he's still in for only 6 weeks. He's still trying to get some of his ideas and philosophies into the team. So that always helps. The more time you spend together, the more time you have actually to work on things. And it's been very enjoyable the first 6 weeks. I think you as supporters probably will be happy with how things turned out so far under the new manager. And I think everybody's taking on board what he's implementing so far. And I think you can see that in the results and the performances as well.
He said that he didn't want to change everything when he first came in. Mm-hmm. So how easy have you found the transition towards his kind of style to have been?
Personally, I really just started getting game time under him. So I just done what I was being told. If you would ask that question to someone like Connor or Taff, Lonnie, probably they would have a different answer. But I think the whole team, like I said before, is buying into it really well. And if we would struggle, you would probably see that on the pitch, which I don't have the feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have a different view, you can tell me. But I don't think that you really see anything that's really negative. I think everybody who came in, who still plays, people who rotate in and out, they all are fit for the task. They all really did their job, and I think the manager expressed as well that he's been quite happy with the outcome so far.
In terms of your first spell here under Steven Gerrard, he had such high standards. Do you feel like Philippe Clement can take the club back to that kind of level where Rangers had such a successful season?
Yeah, I mean, he came here probably being on the back foot a little, but he's been very vocal about trying to turn things around. He definitely is also very demanding when it comes to his standards, and he also makes sure that he constantly reminds us of that, because I think that's vital in order to keep standards high. As soon as you start to get comfortable, especially if you're successful, if things go the way you want them to go, the risk is very, very high of slipping up, becoming complacent, and I think that's one thing that he probably hates so far. Or I would say he can definitely implement that type of mentality, and he probably has done so already.
In terms of your own performance, you're already a fan's favourite here, and the fans already enjoy you playing, but you've came in and performed exceptionally well, and a lot of the fans are saying that you've been a real highlight of Philippe Clement's tenure so far because you've performed so well. What do you think about your own kind of performances and that sort of conversation from the fans?
Well, it's always nice to hear that, so I appreciate that. I think when I left it was last year actually.
Yeah. Seems like ages ago, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was speaking to a few people close to myself, my agent as well, and the reaction I received back then, and also the reactions now, they are probably the greatest testimony, because we all know that Rangers supporters are very, very demanding. So it's like I said, it's nice to hear that. I'm happy that I can put a smile on their face. Don't give them any reason for grief. I intend to keep it that way. Always try my best. I think that's always one thing that was characteristic for myself, regardless where I played, whether it was here in the national team, in the previous clubs. I always try to play my heart out and show a certain passion. And yeah, that's just what I will try to keep doing as long as I can.
Last question from me, Leon. I appreciate your time. This is such a big schedule coming up, and it's such an important schedule. So many difficult games, but there's also a massive opportunity there. You've got League Cup final, progress in Europe. If we were to do well in the league, that challenge could really be right back on again. How exciting is that for you? Because as a fan base, although you worry about some games, it is that excitement as well. Is that something that the squad feel and you feel?
Definitely. I mean, whoever's listening, they don't see where we're standing right now, but in the entrance here to the training ground, you see 1 European Cup Winners' Cup, 55 league titles, 34 Scottish Cup wins, 27 Scottish League Cup wins. You want to add to that, and to be in a position where you can play for silverware, that's where you want to be as a football player. So definitely loads of excitement.
Bring it on.
bring it on. Yeah.
Thank you very much.